Hi, good evening, everybody. May I have the roll call, please?
Councilman Messeri,
Present.
Councilwoman Peterson. Here. Councilman Zazali,
Here.
Deputy Mayor Miga. Here. Mayor Scavenge.
Here, let's rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Adequate notice of this meeting was duly provided to the Verona Cedar Grove Times and the Star Ledger by email and published in an annual schedule of meetings on December 12th, 2024, filed with the Township Clerk and posted on the Public Bulletin Board in the Municipal Building Lobby in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Item 2A, approval of minutes. To consider approval of minutes for the regular public meeting dated December 16th, 2024. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Messeri,
Abstain.
Councilwoman Peterson,
Yes.
Councilman Zazali,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga.
Yes.
Mayor Scavenge.
Yes. Item 3, the meeting is now open to residents of the township wishing to be heard on any item on the agenda. Seeing none, that portion of the meeting is closed. Item 4, reports of township officials. Let's start with Mr. Zakelli this evening.
Good evening, Mayor. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Just one item tonight, in addition to some items through the new business section of the agenda. The budget hearing is going to be scheduled for Monday, January 27th at 5 p.m. in this chambers here. We're just waiting on some numbers from our insurance carrier for our multi-line defense and workers' comp numbers. I hope to have all that buttoned up for that Monday. As was the case last year, unless the council wants otherwise, we're going to do digital budgets instead of the binders. There will be some binders made for the public, but the council will get it disseminated via Excel. This year's going to be a little different than last year with what we did in terms of budget prep. The new budget software through Edmunds has significantly less lines in it. We consolidate a lot of accounts, and with that, I'm going to have last year's budget to my side, and as we go through the new budget template in Edmunds, I'll explain to the council what the accounts used to be, what they migrated to, but that's why we're going to do it in one meeting instead of two, because there's so many less accounts to have to go through. This will be on the TV screen up here. Hopefully we get this presented at the end of January, shooting for introduction in March, April, adoption April, May, given that time.
Great. Awesome. I'm very excited to see the new format, and also that it is now one day instead of two. So thank you for all your hard work in getting that all buttoned up. Great. Anything else?
That's it, just some new business items, Mayor.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Madam Clerk, good evening.
Good evening, Mayor, members of council. The municipal election will be held on May 13th, 2025, for 3 expiring councilman at-large seats. Candidate packets may be picked up from my office on January 9th until such filing time. Notice of availability will be posted on the township's website and published in the Star Ledger and Verona Cedar Grove Times on January 9th as well. The filing submission deadline for nominating petitions in my office is February 27th, 2025 at 4 p.m. sharp. Also, I have on December 31st, Governor Murphy signed into law legislating moving the primary election date from June 3rd, 2025 to June 10th, 2025 in observance of the Jewish holiday Shavuot.
Great.
So that's my report.
All right, thank you. Good evening, Township Attorney. How are you?
Good evening, Mayor, council members. The only item that I had was that Governor Murphy also signed into law making permanent the outdoor dining. So it's something that you want to consider. There's still some local regulations that can be implemented. The state came out with some requirements with regard to the administration portion of it and how to ultimately expand those temporary licenses to more permanent licenses. So something, just food for thought to think about if there's anything that the council would like to see as part of an amendment to our outdoor cafe licenses. That's all I have.
Great, thank you. And I'm going to mix it up tonight. We're going to start with Councilman Zazali. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. I don't have a report this evening, Mayor.
Okay, great, thank you. Councilman Messeri.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. I only have one item, and that's for executive personnel.
Okay. Thank you. Deputy Mayor Miga, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone here at home. I always have a report, so I'm not here to disappoint in 2025. I'm just going to bring up two items because I was asked about them over the holidays. One was about the live Christmas trees, when they would be picked up. I don't know if we
Yeah,
need to
they're out.
re-blast that. I
Sure.
have it, but maybe we could.
It's out until, we're picking up till the end of January, but obviously if they're out longer, we'll pick them
Right.
up.
January 22nd.
Yeah,
I pulled it
we-
on Facebook
yeah.
today. And when
Believe it or
I
not, a
was
lot of
giving
people
out
still
my-
have them up. I don't think people
I
took their
think it's
trees
been
down
too
yet.
windy. I think that's why
Yeah.
people are wondering how long it goes for.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
pick them up as long as we need
As
to.
long as we need to,
Yeah.
okay. And then the, one thing I was asked a couple times, I guess because of the holidays, was about the overnight parking requests. So, just so people know, you go to the township website, cedargrovenj.org, you scroll down, on the right side, you see the overnight parking, and you fill it out and you submit it. So it's very simple.
Yeah, I believe there's a two.
I did it.
I believe
It's
there's a
that simple.
three-night auto approval. Thank you, Acting Chief Pumphrey. There's a three-night auto approval, and after 3 nights, you could email my office for an extension up to 10 days. But during the winter months, I do want to hazard the residents, we are cautious to grant the overnight parking for extended time during the winter because of snow removal, salting, and whatnot.
Right.
So it really only is an as-needed basis.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Councilwoman Peterson.
Good evening, Mayor.
Good evening.
Happy New Year's. I just have one thing, so concerning the library board, I am unable to make the budget hearing. I will be in Utah at my daughter's college graduation that night.
That old excuse.
So,
That's
it's a
awesome.
pretty good excuse to miss that fun meeting. But anyway, I want to relay that the library board had an initial meeting regarding the budget. Catherine did go back and revise it. We met again. I'm pretty confident in the budget that we settled upon, that it's good for the township. Mr. Zakelli and Rebecca will go over it as well, and then it'll be presented before you. But being that I won't be there, I just wanted to give my 2 cents that I am part of the finance committee, so I did sit down and go line by line through it and made the revisions that I felt were appropriate, and then the library board voted on it to pass it. So
Great.
I just wanted to update you on that.
Thank you.
So
That's
it.
great
Thank
news.
you. You're
Thank
welcome.
you. I don't have a formal report, just an observation as I drive past the North End Firehouse. It's beautiful. It's really coming together. Well, I know it has not been without its challenges, Mr. Zakelli, but it's going to be a tremendous asset to our community when it's done, and it looks like it's coming
I
along.
think we're all looking forward to wrapping up there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a nice completion.
Very cool. Do
Right,
we-
Madam Clerk?
Do you have an estimated time on that, or do we not even want to speculate at this point?
I'll get back to you in a month on that date.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, it's very encouraging seeing all the progress.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you for that. So that's it from me. So I'll move on to item 5, consent agenda. I'm going to take these 3 together. To consider 5A, to consider resolution concerning approval of raffle application, Cedar Grove Elks. 5B, to consider resolution concerning approval of raffle application, Wayne Council of PTOs. 5C, to consider resolution concerning amendment to the holiday schedule. May I have a motion, please?
So moved?
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Messeri,
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Yes.
Councilman Zazali,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga,
Yes.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Yes. Item 6, new business. 6A, to consider a resolution concerning 2025 petty cash funds. Mr. Zakelli, do you have
No comment, Mayor. This was recently revised a few months ago
Okay.
just to establish petty cash in various departments in the municipality.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Messeri,
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Yes.
Councilman Zazali,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga,
Yes.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Yes. 6B, to consider resolution authorizing the establishment of a policy for the claimant's certification requirement. Is this
Yeah,
something?
yes, Mayor, if I may. This is a policy that the finance CFO is putting forth to require claimant signatures and certification for various items relating to professional services, employee expense reimbursements. In other words, if a professional service vendor submits a bill, they have to certify that the bill is true and accurate before we go to process it.
Great, thank you. May I have a roll call, please? No, I'm sorry. May I have a motion, please?
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Messeri.
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Yes.
Councilman Zazali.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga.
Yes.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Yes. Item 6C, to consider resolution concerning 2025 cash management plan.
Mayor, if I may, this is the cash management plan for the township. Cedar Grove's goals and objectives in 2025 are to preserve capital, ensure adequate safekeeping of assets, maintain liquidity to meet operating needs, and diversify the township's portfolio, to minimize risks associated with individual investments that are invested in accordance with state and federal law and regulation. As I shared with the council a few weeks ago, this resolution also sets forth what depositories the township may use. The council will see that it looks different from years prior. That's because Rebecca worked very diligently to close 37 bank accounts over 9 different banks, to now consolidate it all into one bank with proper clearing accounts for all of the utilities, water, sewer, pool, and the solid waste account, which means water bills are being deposited in the water account and paid out of the water account, so on and so forth for the other utilities.
Okay, great, thank you. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Messeri.
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Yes.
Councilman Zazali.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga.
Yes.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Yes. Item 6D, to consider resolution authorizing change orders number 1, 2, change orders number 2, 3, and 4, for and from Descal LLC for the demolition and reconstruction of the North End Firehouse, reflecting an overall decrease of $15,687.46.
Mayor, if I may, I'll go through each change order. This is a resolution authorizing 3 change orders from the North End Firehouse. Change order number 1 was previously approved on August 5th, 2024. But this resolution contemplates change order number 2 in the amount of $1,044. I'm not even going to read the percentage. It's, I believe, 26.1% of the total contract price for the provision of Type H fixtures. Change order number 2 increases the contract in the amount of $2,621.40. Similar percentage for the installation of dense glass on the mansard canopy. And change order number 4 decreases the contract amount by $41,900, or 1% of the total contract price, because this is the township substituting the generator that the contractor is going to purchase. The township will be purchasing it by itself. As a result of all of these change orders, the total contract price is now not to exceed $3,921,312.54, which is an overall decrease in the contract price of $15,687.46.
Great, thank you. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Messeri.
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Yes.
Councilman Zazali.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga.
Yes.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Yes. Item 6E, to consider resolution establishing the interest rate on delinquent taxes.
Mayor, if I may, this is just as last year. We matched the interest rate on delinquent taxes to be 8% per annum on the first $1,500 of the delinquency, and then 18% thereafter in excess of the $1,500.
Great, thank you. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Messeri.
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Yes.
Councilman Zazali.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga.
Yes.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Yes. Item 6F, to consider the purchase of heads and grates for road surfacing from Campbell Foundry Company through the Morris County Cooperative Pricing Council in an amount not to exceed $58,520.
Mayor, if I may, this is a resolution authorizing the purchase of, as you noted, heads and grates for road work that the township will be performing in 2025. The amount is not to exceed $58,520. Whenever the township repaves a street or has a manhole that's defective or casting that's defective, we replace it now. And this is buying a very large stock and quantity of them. So as we continue to do all the streets we plan to do in 2025, we'll have them in stock at the DPW ready to go. So if we get some good weather early in the spring, we could start that sooner than later.
Great, thank you. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Messeri.
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Yes.
Councilman Zazali.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga.
Yes.
Mayor Scarpelli.
Yes. Item 6G, to consider introduction of pending ordinance number 25-943, ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and establish a cap bank.
this is one of my favorite things to do every year, Mayor. Municipalities and counties are prohibited from increasing their final budget appropriations by more than 2.5% in subsequent fiscal years unless action is taken by the governing body to increase final appropriations subject to the cap by the statutorily permitted 2.5%. This ordinance allows the township to exceed the appropriation cap by 1% and allow for an increase in appropriations of up to 3.5% fiscal year 2024's final appropriations. We do this every year, and by adopting this ordinance, the township will be able to raise an additional $156,299.78 in excess of the increase it would have otherwise been able to raise, which would now result in a maximum allowable appropriation to be increased by $547,749.45. The key is not to use that whole increase, so we can bank it for subsequent years. As the council is aware, last year we had a cap bank established of $294,078.58, which means we could have raised appropriations by that much more, but we didn't. So going into fiscal year 2025, we have this year's increase of $547,749, plus we could tap into what we used last year, but we're planning not to do that too much if we don't have to. I just want the council to compare the cap bank that we inherited in 2023 was $178. So we built a very nice, healthy cap bank.
That's great news. Great, thank you. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
No,
Oh.
you have to read.
Sorry.
Wait, what?
I-
Oh, sorry.
Gotta move for
Yep.
introduction.
I move for introduction of pending ordinance 25-943 to be published in full in the Verona Cedar Grove Times as a pending ordinance with a public hearing scheduled for February 3rd, 2025.
Thank you. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilman Messeri,
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson,
Yes.
Councilman Zazali,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga,
Yes.
Mayor Scavage.
Yes. Item 6H, to consider resolution concerning the 2024 temporary budget.
Mayor, if I may, this is for the temporary operating budget for this fiscal year. It's 26.5% of the prior fiscal year's operating appropriations. For the public's edification, this year's temporary operating budget consists of, one, the current fund at $5,875,926.85, the water utility fund at $720,703.66, the sewer utility fund at $848,803.60, the pool utility fund at $219,804.35, and the solid waste collection district at $568,312.24. These numbers, while they are a temporary operating budget, do get rolled into the adopted municipal budget whenever that is ultimately introduced and subsequently adopted.
Okay, thank you. May I have a motion, please?
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call?
Councilman Messeri,
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson,
Yes.
Councilman Zazali,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga,
Yes.
Mayor Scavage.
Yes. Item 7, contracts and agreements. 7A, to consider resolution authorizing the award of a non-fair and public contract for professional financial advisory services to Phoenix Advisors in an amount not to exceed $15,000.
Mayor, we've been using Phoenix for a number of years now, and this just formalizes our engagement with them. We use Phoenix for debt service planning. They last year helped us with casting the new bond anticipation notes. That market outlook that I send to the council every month with the different bond and interest rates comes from Phoenix, and they do a pretty good job helping us. And they also work with Debt Caddy, which is what we use to issue our debt service payments for both principal and interest payments on the various funds that we have debt in.
Okay, thank you. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please?
Councilman Messeri,
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson,
Yes.
Councilman Zazali,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga,
Yes.
Mayor Scavage.
Yes. Item 8, meeting is now open to residents of the township wishing to be heard on any item on or off the agenda concerning township business. Hi,
Good evening. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I just have one program to bring everyone's attention to. The 2025 Essex County Deer Management Program begins this week. It will be on Thursdays this year at the Hilltop Reservation, which is the location closest to Cedar Grove here. There are no rain dates this year. We are planning to use all 8 dates for the deer management program. There are also Tuesdays happening in South Mountain Reservation, but I brought a whole stack of postcards to leave here at Town Hall. They were mailed out to residents in this community, though. And that's all I have today.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, great, so seeing no one else, I'm gonna close that session. We're gonna move into executive session. Whereas Section 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting with the mayor and council in certain circumstances, and whereas the mayor and council of the Township of Cedar Grove are of the opinion that such circumstances exist, now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of the Township of Cedar Grove, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that the public shall be excluded from discussion of any action on the executive session of the meeting of the mayor and council of January 6th, 2025. The general nature of the subject matters to be discussed is personnel. It is anticipated at this time that the above stated subject matter will be made public as soon thereafter as it is deemed in the public interest to do so. No further action will be taken, and this resolution shall take effect immediately. May I have a motion, please, to go into executive, right?
So
Made that?
moved.
Yep.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilman Messeri,
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Yes.
Councilman Zazali,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Miga,
Yes.
Mayor Scavage.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.